Love, love, big bang, I got drugs. Robin jeans on, no sidekick. Big bag, got my truck. Been ahead of the game like a sidekick. Big
It's your boy Kenneth. You already know what it is.
Big bag, pop tags, burn one.
So we moved here in 2013, and like the first year, we didn't do anything. Like we just scoped the scene. Like we weren't like trying to perform. We weren't putting on shows or doing no events. We were just here and just like looking at the different places, like what the scene looked like. It's a pretty inclusive scene. Like there's a lot of, like they preach the Orlando unity. Like initially, like I didn't really see it, but that was because we were on the outside looking in because we hadn't made ourselves known yet because we weren't doing anything. So then like as we started to do our events, do the radio show and do all of these things, like people started to gravitate towards us, and it was more of like yeah, like we really rock with a lot of people out here.
Used to have ways, no cap, Lex Luger with no rag, just torture when I stand.
And there's a lot of talented artists out here. Like there's a lot of like diversity. Like there's reggaeton artists, there's Afrobeat artists, there's grunge hip hop, there's like the mainstream type stuff. Like there's all of that here. Now we're in a point to where like everybody, like all these cliques have sort of found their identity as to what they want to do. So now it's coming along and Orlando is moving. Like you can meet a lot of people and there's just a lot more opportunity up here with music, with photography, with video, with anything in the entertainment. Like there's a lot more opportunities here than there was in Gainesville. That Hulk Hogan, that shit hard. Dude ordered these for some Yeezys he got. These were for some Air Max. See, that's the other cool thing is like, I started seeing like a increase in my merch sales when I started allowing people to just get whatever colors they wanted. You have those merch items that you go to the show and you may get this shirt that's like specifically for this tour or specifically for that, but how often are you gonna wear that? Like if I wanna go out, I wanna put me a little fit together, boom, you can do hoodie and shorts and you good, you can go where you wanna go. So I could throw that on and I could feel fresh. And that's really the goal behind it. Doing pretty good with merch. This is my infamous hat wall that a lot of people will see like in my Instagram or stuff like that. They'll be like, damn, like how many hats do you have? Well, this is the wall. When I first started buying hats, like these were the type of hats that was popping at that time. So I had hella of these, but I don't know, like nobody wears flat brims no more unless you're from like up north. So over time, I've just started collecting. I got into dad hats. And of course, I gotta have my own hats, you know, Kenneth hats. This is my recording setup. This is where all the magic happens, as they would say. Sony Acid Pro. I use Ozone for mastering. But yeah, this is the spot. Like when I'm working on music, most of the time I don't write at home, like at the studio, which this is my room. I guess we consider this the studio. Most of the time when I write in the car. By the time I get back, I pretty much know it, so then that's when I'll start recording. This is a song I'm working on called Big Bang. It's gonna be featuring one of the artists from All My Homies called Rails, and then there's another girl that may or may not get on it, but we'll see.
HoLup, love, big bang, I got drugs. Robin jeans on, no sidekick. Big bag, got my truck. Been ahead of the game like a sidekick. Big bang, been frank for too long. I think big bag, pop tags, burn one. Big gas, big bang.
Growing up, like my mom was definitely my biggest role model for sure. Just the way she's carried herself and the way she's always grinded, like it molded me in a way that I don't even think she realized that it did. Like I want to be like that same type of role model for my kids. So like
Nevaeh, like I help her with, well, initially like she just had the thought that she wants to do something. So she's staying came to the house one weekend, she's staying and like we just sitting there and I'm like, wanna do a song? And her face lit up. She's like, yeah. So the first one we did was called Summer Vibe.
It's a vibe for the summer.
Wrote that like 30 minutes maybe. And then recorded it, and then we shot the video for it like all in the same weekend.
Time for the summer, let's go.
Summertime, let's go out and
So whenever we work on music now, it's basically like a whole weekend process. We'll record it, and then we'll do the video, and then we put it out like that next week, basically.
I'ma be what I wanna be, ain't no stopping me. Bring this runs in my family, so I gotta be.
She enjoys doing those things, and I enjoy being able to share my art with her because she looks at, like, that's the reason she wants to do YouTube, but she wants to do these certain things. Like, she looks at me and she sees the things that I do, and I want to show her whatever she wants to do, she can do. How she could grow her YouTube, or how she could do this, or like what her thoughts are on how to do this and that. And like, I just sit there and I'm like, dang, you are me as a child, for real. I think like this past year, after I changed my name from KB the Boss to Kenneth, I think now I've dispelled that to where like, oh, he's a photographer first, rapper second. It's like, no, I'm actually just an entertainer. I do every fucking thing. So that's where we at with it.
Love, big bag, I got drugs. Rubber jeans on, no sidekick. Big bag, got my truck. Been ahead of the game like a sidekick. Big bag.